Hey, cross watchers for Virgo, welcome. We're going to see what's coming up in the month of October 2019 for cross watchers dealing with a Virgo, asking Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael to come into this reading space and to bring information that's going to be in the best and highest good of all involved, to bring about constructive energy, to bring about healing, just good vibes. This is being done with good intention, asking for guidance there in that way to, bring in these messages and for this to be a channel for those messages to be delivered. Guys, if you're watching and you're a Virgo, keep this in mind. These are still general readings. They may or may not resonate, and your person might not be watching tarot readings, or your person might not be watching my channel, and that can be a factor as well. But we're going to focus on cross watcher's energy here. What does cross watcher need to know about Virgo for the month of October 2019? I feel like I need to one more shuffle here. Okay, my darlings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just heard it's go time. All right, Crosswatcher. This may be an interesting reading. I just heard it's go time. So let's see. Let's get some clarity on that. All right, so foundation here. We've got the Page of Pentacles. So this to me is about like investing time or investing energy into something, like making an effort, bringing it into the physical realm. So this could mean that you're dealing with a Virgo who maybe you've just kind of been like, man, like I can't tell. Are they in? Are they out? Like what's going on? But Page of Pentacles makes me feel like they're in and they're beginning to take steps and like to show that they're in. There could even be like more of like planning or talking to you in a way where you're like, okay, this person is thinking about the future, or this person sees that this might be going somewhere. Those of you who are dealing with a Virgo who has children from a previous relationship, or if you have children from a previous relationship, this makes me feel there may be some discussions about that. About finances and the way finances are being affected and budgeting and how that might affect the relationship, like the practical kind of aspects of being together. There could also be like a preparing to meet each other's children or the children to meet each other. So there could be something with children from a previous relationship and like, the relationship moving forward, including them in some way. This is going to be different for different ones of you, obviously, but that's what's kind of going on here. That's the energy here. And so I really feel like there's a lot more about like beginning to make plans for the future or beginning to hint at certain things about things becoming more long-term. Those of you who are in a relationship with a Virgo, or you guys have been together for a while, then there could be some discussions about like investing in a property together, or doing something, or a business, something business-wise that's gonna be some kind of agreement between the two of you that is laying down a foundation for the future. Next, we have Four of Pentacles. I'm giggling here. Virgo has money on the mind. So there could be, I'm not going to say disagreements about money, but there could be a lot of conversations about money. Okay, there could be a lot of conversations about money with this Virgo. And there could be very much, and some of you might not like this cross watcher, but my money, your money, who's doing what, who's giving what. There could be some discussions about that. If you've been dating a Virgo, then there could be something in terms of like even like who's paying for what or who's paid for what. They may be keeping track and they might be bringing that up. The Four of Pentacles, though, is not only about like being cautious with money or being like protective of one's money. It could also have to do with space. So Crosswatcher, something for you to keep in mind. Your Virgo might be doing things where it seems as though they're moving the relationship forward. And if you, Crosswatcher, are somebody that like you're very warm or you're very open and you're very much like, okay, cool, like we're on good terms, and you just like get right on in there, don't be surprised if Virgo pulls back, or if Virgo all of a sudden, like, you're like, oh wow, like now they're putting a wall up, like what the heck, like. And this is where you're going to have to decide if this works for you or not, Crosswatcher. You might not like it. You might be like, you know what, this isn't for me. But with the Four of Pentacles, I feel like what is happening is this person's in this energy of like, you know, just kind of like, you know, they're going to be close when they want to be close. And you're just going to have to like let them lead that, right? But then, you know, when they're not in communication, or they're not, and I don't mean not in communication, I don't mean like they're not gonna ghost you, at least for most of you anyway, but more like when they seem to be busy, or they seem to be occupied, or they don't seem to have time to hang out, it's more kind of like, I'll let you know, like kind of thing. And for some people that doesn't work. Like I know that would be a little off-putting for me. I wouldn't be in that energy where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna like wait here in the corner until you're ready to talk to me. Like that wouldn't work for me. And so for some of you, you might need to maybe address that with your Virgo and just say, look, you know, I know you're busy, I know you got your stuff going on, but you know, like I'm kind of beginning to feel like I'm you know, being like a little puppy or dog or something. Like you're just calling me over when you want me, but when you don't want me, I need to like go away. Like, you know, I mean, maybe you're not gonna word it in that way, but you know what I'm saying. Some of you might be dealing with that dynamic, and you know, again, I don't feel like they're doing it to disrespect you. I don't feel like they're doing it to, you know, be rude. I just kind of feel like they have their mind very occupied right now, and they're just very focused, and like, you know, they just kind of feel like it's all already understood that you all are moving forward, and they're busy on other things, and they might not be very good at like multitasking mentally. That could be a big part of it as well. But just know, Crosswatcher, some of you may be dealing with that in October with your Virgo. Next, here we have Justice. So you could be a Libra. You know, and your Libra characteristics might come in handy in the month of October in dealing with Virgo, or you may have Libra in your moon or in your rising, or Virgo may have Libra in their moon or rising or Venus, and those are aspects that might be coming to the table, you know, in the relationship in October. This is a major arcana card. So for me in my readings, when the major arcana cards come up, they're like really significant crossroads, or like a big lesson that you're learning, or some period of growth. But when the major arcana cards come up for me between two people, or in a love reading, it tells me that you all have a past life connection, and that you all have a contract, that you all have made a soul contract, and you've agreed to meet in this lifetime. So when we look at what the major arcana card is, it gives me a better idea of what that contract is. And so the Justice card is going to be about fairness and balance. Like, you know, what's fair? What's right? You know, even like an issue of boundaries. The Justice card is also about balancing your mind and your heart, right? Like when you're making decisions, not to be just 100% in the brain about it, and not to be 100% in the heart about it, right? Like sometimes we can think with our heart so strong and so full force, we're only thinking with our heart and we don't use our logic, and we get burned, right? Or we're completely in our logic and we're not thinking with our heart at all, and then we're not fulfilled. So the Justice card is going to be about balancing those two things. This almost makes me feel like in the dynamic between Crosswatcher and Virgo, one of you might be very heart-based, and one of you might be very like brain-based or like logic-based, and you all are balancing each other out. Like you're learning from each other, and you're reaching a happy medium, like a nice little in-between. You guys are like softening each other out in that way. But Justice card can also indicate something in terms of like legalities. Okay, so you guys can be preparing for legal things together. It could be prenups, it could be adoptions, it could be purchasing property, it could be paperwork or contracts for like some kind of business. So you all could be establishing contracts, like physical contracts together as well. And that for some of you could be a part of like why you all have met. Maybe you have agreed to come into this life and have some kind of business together in that way. And business could be, like I said, adoption, it could be an actual business, it could be prenups, it could be finances, it could be all kinds of things. But there could be something for some of you in terms of actual literal contracts. Some of you are dealing with a Virgo who is finally taking steps to end a relationship legally. Like maybe they've been separated since like the beginning of time, and you're like, dude, when are you going to get that divorce going? Like October could be the month that they're doing that. Or maybe you are. Maybe you're finally like, okay, you know what, things are moving ahead with Virgo, and I've been putting off, getting paperwork filed for that divorce or whatever. So there could be someone in October that's, okay, we're moving ahead, and they're doing what they need to do with paperwork legally to end like a previous marriage, even though you may have not been with that person for a while, or even though Virgo may have not been with that person for a while. Next, we have here the Six of Cups. So, this could be a reconciliation between you and a Virgo. This could also be like if you have not had contact with your Virgo in a while, and you're cross-watching, like when is Virgo going to come around? When is Virgo going to be ready? This would be a good indication that they're coming around in October and that they're ready. They're ready to move forward. For some of you, when I was talking about the whole kid thing, Six of Cups does really kind of confirm that for me yet again, that there could be something bringing children into the relationship. Okay, some of you, that legal thing might be preparing to apply for full custody, or do something in terms of getting permission to move your child with you to another location, because maybe your relationship with Virgo is taking you somewhere else geographically. So it could be about, children coming into the home, like you all, coming in to be a family or creating a sense of family, and, bringing children in with you. That could be for some of you as well. Some of you are dealing with looking back on your past a lot. So some of you may be clearing a lot of things, Crosswatcher, clearing a lot of things from your past, because you're getting ready to move forward. Like things are becoming more serious, you're moving forward. So there could be some kind of clearing out of old baggage. Virgo might be doing it, you might be doing it, but I'm getting a sense or a feeling of just like going through and clearing out what no longer serves you. So this could be a part of the contract, Crosswatcher, that you have with Virgo, is you guys are kind of waking each other up and making you realize what's not working with you, what needs to go, what beliefs are no longer true. So I do feel there's like a sense or like a feeling of like cleansing or purging coming up with the Six of Cups card for some reason. Next, we have your Eight of Cups. So, Crosswatcher, you need to know something, you need to understand something. You are gonna, for me, Eight of Cups is a card that says your wish is gonna come true. You're gonna get what you wanted, but once you received it, you're gonna realize, you know what? Even though it's really great, and even though I still want it, and even though this is what I asked for, I don't feel much different. I don't feel any different. Like I kind of feel the same. I'm happy I have what I have, but I still feel the same. And so Eight of Cups is saying what is missing is a spiritual connection. So if you feel in October or towards the end of October, or at some point that your relationship with Virgo, like things seem to be good, but you can't put your finger on what's missing, Eight of Cups is saying a sense of spirituality is missing. Now, it's going to be very difficult for you to go to Virgo and say, hey Virgo, we should go to church, or hey Virgo, let's go meditate. I got some crystals, let's light some incense, or like whatever. You can't really do that, Crosswatcher. Like, you have to have your own kind of thing, and you kind of have to encourage Virgo to find their thing or their zen. But I do feel those of you who are dealing with a Virgo in October, you might feel like, hey, like there's a lot of good things going on here. Like there's a lot of things that make this a good relationship, but something is missing and I can't figure out what it is. Work on your spiritual connection. Work on your own spiritual connection. And then from there, you may inspire Virgo to find theirs and to work on theirs. Or your Virgo might be trying to encourage you to go on some kind of a spiritual path. So be open to whatever they're, presenting to you. Especially if you are, I'm getting like a sense of children, like bringing children into the home or plans of children. And so if it is that way, that might be a big part of why spirituality is coming up. That happens with people, right? Like, they might not be the most religious people, but suddenly when, there's children involved, or they're thinking about disciplining children in some way or raising children, then people tend to like gravitate back towards, religious beliefs and spirituality and things of that nature. So, you all might be working together to figure out what you all believe together, but there is going to be this kind of spiritual quest. That's a given when we see the Eight of Cups. I would really encourage you to watch, maybe watch the Venus sign of your Virgo if you know their Venus sign. And then I would really encourage you to watch your own October love reading. There's the link for the love readings are in the description. Whatever your sun sign is, Crosswatcher, go into the link in the description and watch your love video for that sign. Maybe watch your Venus as well. That can be very helpful in putting more pieces of the puzzle together to maybe figure out more specifically what may be happening, like what's resonating with you. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do. If you click on the Calendly link in the description of the video, it will take you to my scheduling page, and everything you need to know is there. What readings I offer, how much they cost, when's the next available, how to book, it's all there. So go ahead and click there and schedule a reading if you would like. And guys, don't forget to watch your weekly forecasts. I know love is important. I know we get really caught up in it. It's a part of being human. It's natural. But don't forget about yourselves. That's why every single week I do a weekly forecast for each sun sign, sun, moon, and rising anyway. Like, what's going on, what's happening with money, what's happening with spirituality, what's happening with family, like whatever comes up other than love. And that's why I do the love reading separately. So be sure to check those out as well, my dears. I thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you a fabulous October. I hope to see you all in the comments of the weekly videos as well. Take care.